everybody, I am Anjindra. If you haven't played Plants vs. Zombies, what are you even doing with your life? That is why we are here. This did not just become big back in 2013. This is like still it. So if you didn't play before, that's fine. It's still awesome. There's still communities out there. You can still mention it on Facebook. Nobody will laugh at you. It's just the best darn thing. So alright, so let's assume for a second you've never played, and you can, throw back with us if you have. Because I'm sure that if you downloaded it to your phone, you would still enjoy it. It's one of the reasons that I like apps so much, is because, I originally played on a tablet, but some people did, the Xbox, some people just did Warfare, etc. So you can actually really just genuinely still go back and enjoy this, so. Okay, so it starts out very simple. Good tutorial. Tap on a seed packet to pick it up. Tap on the grass to plant it. Nicely done. You can also drag and drop seed packets. Tap on the falling sun to collect it. So you have to have really good reflexes. We really do need to collect all of these falling suns. It's not always the case that we'll get them, but now that we have 100, we can put another pea shooter down. Oh no! Oh my gosh, my phone went insane. Okay, so drawbacks to playing on a phone. It's alright, you're along for the ride. So, we now have enough for another pea shooter. And it's no joke, like this game, you really do have to have good reflexes past a certain point, especially when you're not playing PvP or any of the stuff that you're really kind of used to. Now, we don't have any sunflowers, so we're not self-generating. When you are, pay attention to your sun bank. And the upper right, I think, so yeah, it should still be in the upper right. I'm like my right, your lefter. But on the upper right, you'll see the zombies progressing. So it's never like it's so hopeless. It's just a question of when are the waves, which zombies are coming next. And it's very, very easy to build your way up and beat, the patterns that they make, which is awesome. If you've never played Castle Defense, this is definitely the way to start it out. So now we have sunflowers, so we can progress because we have cooler things to build with. So these guys generate energies, and that, they're like coins, so it lets us buy additional troops. So now we're going to try for cherry bombs, because those are fun. And every time you win a board, you get a different plant. You build your way up to, I think, Zamboni is the Zomboss. So first thing you always want to plant is sunflowers if you can. If you've ever played any card-based games or anything like that, these are like the land that you need in order to generate. Now we have to be able to stop the zombies, so since pea shooters are 100, we have to keep an eye on our bank. Zombies move very slowly, so I do usually bank up a bunch of sunflowers. If your reflexes aren't up to it, or if this is honestly your first Castle Defense game, there is no shame in like not doing it this way and putting down a pea shooter. But see how I get to pick that he's blocking a zombie now? That's why I do it that way. So I have my pea shooter firing exactly at where the zombie's coming in, and it makes it easier for me to beat the board because I already got one guy down. So I like to collect a lot in the way of a bank. Having more, like being able to purchase more troops fast, to me is one of the keys to winning at Castle Defense. So you'll always see that on these videos, that I establish a firm supply line. My dad, Akatosh, was a huge history buff, and as a result, he studied a lot of war, so did I, growing up and going to school. And Stonewall Jackson was his favorite commanding officer of all time. He was an armed vet, so I'm sure that was like painful for him to even have one of those favorite CO. But Stonewall Jackson was his favorite, and so he was big into maneuverability, and this is one of those things that it allows you, even though it's a static set of spawn points and a static defensive point, you have a maneuverability from being able to bring in more troops and change out your troops, and then also you can create depth with your lines because you have long range weaponry. So just kind of some random tips, like I said, if you don't think of this in terms of castle defense, or if you're not used to castle defense, you can of course go for patterns. That's great for if you're just kind of working off of reflex and stuff like that. It will hit a point where they'll be coming at you so fast and hard that you kind of have to have a few tricks up your sleeve. So expect that. Once you do set up your bank of sunflowers, it runs so nicely. Like, this was such an easy win. So, and we got cherry bombs. Now, cherry bombs are for when you're overwhelmed, and that'll take out a big group of enemies. So like I said, if you've never played this, I'm sure you're already like halfway into it, at least. They're just so cute, and it's such a cute premise. Very kind of King of the Hill, like anything Cartoon Network. And you gotta move fast at certain points, but it's not like it ever looks like it's unbeatable. I really just don't feel that you get that feeling from this game. It's very much a creative, a constructive game that's positive and encouraging, and it's great for, you know, waits at the doctor's office, or you're playing with your kid and you want them to learn something about strategy or budgeting even, you know, because you're putting money back in the bank, and they want that little action adventure that's getting really common. I mean, it was never weird for us, you know, obviously. If I started beta testing for Bethesda when I think that when I started I was 12, when they put me in the game I was 13. So, you know, obviously that culture has never been strange to me. They were very, very polite about it. That was one of my friends in New York City. To, you know, it just comes up and you kind of know you're helping out and whatever, was, hey, there's girls in the beta testers. So there was an entire group of older women who kind of kept an eye on, you know, female interests there. They were actually run by females, by a female. The 9 consisted of the beta testers, the 9 in Skyrim and Daggerfall and etc., from their Oblivion, obviously, etc. Their lead was Scorpia, who did not wind up as one of the gods just because her name wasn't consistent with being able to, you know, like, put her in the game, and she kind of didn't care. So she didn't wind up as one of the 9. It wasn't... No, see, as the zombie gets to the plant... Ooh, he didn't quite pull it off there. He will start to eat it. But yeah, they had a really great team of strong females, and that was... I mean, chick power existed a long time ago, so we were, you know, into like, promoting our own agenda very subtly. Because gaming is very male-dominated. You know, you have this fantasy world, and that's something that, it's surprising that chicks, especially YA chicks, young adult chicks, that guys actually do head straight towards that. So, they especially like the concept of secret societies and so on. So, very, very male-centric. Guys will tend to spend a significant amount of money on it and so on. So that was definitely their market. But we got in there and, you know, did our part as far as representing what chicks want in a game and so on. There we go. Now, see, he'll start eating the plants, so they can break through your lines. It is possible. If you lay down a solid defense, it's just unlikely. We'll put down a cherry bomb just for effect. So obviously, he nukes everything that's around him. Oh, I should have saved that. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't really think I need any more sunflowers, so I've kind of stopped paying attention to them. So this would have been a good time for the cherry bomb. It's kind of silly. But mostly, since these boards are so simple, I'm just kind of showing you like how to. And like I said, maybe you're having a blast from the past. This is just the most soothing. It's kind of like, it's like Toon Blast or any other match 3, but it's so much more soothing because you make a pattern and it's a defensive pattern instead of just trying to line everything up. And I feel like that's what you do in your daily life with your budget and everything else like that. So you can obviously do different things. You wind up with daytime, nighttime, the pool. You have to do water boards, fog, the roof, and then there are mini games. Let me see if I can slide on over here. More ways to play. There we go. Play adventure till night level 2. Oh, okay. So there are mini games. You do also have a Zen garden that you can play with. So there's lots of little features and whatnot. Now, you do have to go all the way through level 10, and I'm not going to... I try to keep my videos to 10 minutes or less. I really just kind of feel like you'll be in love with the game if you want to play it. So I am Aunt Ginger. This is what to play next. Smash that like button and get more, because we have the best stuff that's out there.